Got it, please sign that. This was finished to do so.
Okay, we are back from the short break. Still in special sessions, still April 24th, still quorum. It is 10:05. Believe we left off on number 20, discuss interaction regarding the commissioner's report granting the county judge the authority to contact an architect for emergency operations building. So as you gentlemen know, we do not have an emergency operations center this time. We have a storage room that we use with a flat screen in it. So this would be to explore the options of whether we can or can't build a building, where I am not an architect, nor can I build anything. So I'm asking for help. See if this is a possibility.
And this is just to get a,
This would be the land that the county bought out by the sheriff's office a while back. That's the site that I'm proposing, so we wouldn't have to purchase any land. But again, I don't know if there's lines running under it. I know there's gas over there because the generator somewhere over there. I'm not sure. So we're gonna need some professional guidance on whether that's even possible.
But this is just giving you the authority to contact them, speak with them. Let
Get
them
a
propose
estimate.
something,
Right, I'm not even
phones.
proposing money
Yeah,
involved
yeah.
yet.
and then bring it back to.
Then before any money is spent or anything is moved forward.
Make a motion.
Just take an
Motion, second.
architect.
Any- all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, motion carried. Okay. We need a dramatic pause, waiting for
Dramatic
everybody to
pause.
come by. We prefer as many people be in here as possible.
They all left too soon.
I should have moved it up. All right, we're gonna go ahead and move to number 21. Discuss an action on regarding rescinding the Sixth Amendment restated Hill County tax abatement guideline. Obviously, I was not very clear in my postings. So there was some confusion about the Sixth Amendment and restated Hill County tax abatement guidelines versus what was included in the packet. Today's packet was my rough draft of things that were brought to me when I'm meeting with citizens as to what I wanted to add to the current Sixth Amendment, which would make it the Seventh. Okay, now, it is in my opinion that by rescinding the Sixth Amendment, and then our county attorney is not giving me he's probably listening, but I do not believe that the county could enter into any abatement until a public hearing was held and the Seventh Amendment was adopted.
As long as rescinding the Sixth Amendment didn't revert you back to the Fifth Amendment.
Good question. I think,
But we could put something in the record.
well, we would put it in the
to
order,
reflect
the order approving, meaning, yeah. Now. Saving. Please. Mr. Holmes, if you're online, could you unmute your microphone, please? I don't want to unintentionally, like if.
Yes,
the
sir.
city's good. Hey, Mr. Holmes,
Yes, sir.
if we were to rescind the Sixth Amendment amended and restated amendment guidelines. Would that allow companies to be out of their contractual obligations that are already under abatements?
No,
Okay. We just would not be able to enter into any abatements until we adopted a 7.
correct.
So that's the place that we would be put in. I am not stating, my intent is not to scrap the current completely, but it needs to be redone. There's a clause in the 6th one that says if it's a pilot abatement deal that's done with a data center specifically, that we start negotiations out at 100% abatement. One, I don't know anyone that negotiates by telling them what you're starting. You go to a used car dealership and they ask you how much you're gonna spend, guess how much the car's gonna be?
Yeah.
Every time. So I think they need to be looked at a lot closer. Again, the stuff that I put in the packet were my notes on what I thought we should change. In addition to, and then I believe the court is going to have to sit down and discuss what's in the 6th, what we want to keep, what we don't want to keep. Have the public hearing before we can ever enter into another abatement. That's my proposition to you gentlemen, and this is actually this is in regards to Miss Polly's resolution that she gave to us a month ago, roughly. There were quite a few citizens that I met with. I heard them out, and this would have a little more teeth than a resolution. So this would be if a company approaches us. We're kind of bleeding these two items together, but if a company approaches us, they're on notice that this is the bare minimum requirements. There could be more, but these are the bare minimum requirements that you have to do to even ask us for a thing. That's my proposition.
So do we need to rescind the 6th amendment before we have a 7th
Yes,
ready to go?
I would prefer.
Need the table?
You don't have to rescind it before you pass the 7th.
That's what I'm getting at. So the 6th amendment has some protection for us in there.
Mhm.
Do we need to rescind it before the 7th is we're ready to adopt it?
So the reason why I want to rescind it is because I want to slow down the people.
Yeah,
I get an email every day.
Exactly.
Not every day. I get quite a few emails of
But-
people wanting to come here to do stuff, and if I can tell them, hey, we're not even in a position.
So if we rescind it today,
Uh,
what do we do until we get the 7th ready to
Tell them
go?
the court is not able to approve any abatements until we have established a new abatement guideline.
Make a motion to rescind the 6th amendment.
I have a motion and a second. I'll call the question. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. That moves us into the next agenda item, which will be. Discussing a possible action regarding 7th Amendment restated county tax abatement guidelines, including review of the current guidelines, consideration of potential revisions and amendments, solicitation of commissioners' input and direction to staff as appropriate to develop proposed updates reflecting county priorities and public interests. In your packet, you have my proposals. You had the 6th Amendment that are the current ones that are on file with her. So this portion, I don't really expect much action except for discussion and then maybe directing somebody to draft something that we can eventually present to the public. So I've stated mine, I don't like the 100%. Right off the bat, tax abatement thing, seems like bad negotiation tactics, just in the very basic, much less many other things. I also don't know, I'm not entirely sold. And I've talked to many people and I've only learned that abatements in the long run are even a viable idea. Without the abatements. They hit the tax value, a large project hits a tax valuation immediately. You get year 1 new construction, but year 2, you have that tax value hitting. the gain to the citizen is at a lower tax property tax. And the question that I guess I'm proposing the court to take home, it's rhetorical, is that the best benefit for our taxpayer? It does not mean, if we build a big data center, not we, if they build a big data center over there. The county's not really gonna gain a whole bunch of funds, except for off the new construction, because the property tax rate lowers. And we still make roughly the same amount as the year prior. And this is not, I'm not a tax guy. I've been talking to tax guys and they try to dumb it down Barney style for me, but this is my understanding. So that taxpayer relief, I think, is a benefit to the county if that's the only thing that we get from them. Not county dollars. Now, would I love to have county dollars to pave roads? You bet. But that would, I don't think they can.
Well, there,
afford all of it.
yeah, it's a, and just for the record, this has been modeled extensively, the impact of a huge capital investment by these guys. And the impact of that, because of the 3.5% cap on year-over-year revenue that the state put on us, is that when that money comes in, if it's higher than 3.5%, we're forced to lower the taxes. So there's not an economic benefit long-term to the county. The taxpayers will receive a lower tax rate, but that leaves us at a flat line of tax revenue when we have an influx of people, stress on our emergency services, more traffic on our roads, and no funds to keep up with that. And that's what we've been wrestling with, is how do you balance that? I mean, it's great for taxpayers. I love the idea. I mean, because these capital investments are significant enough that it could be a huge, 30% reduction in your taxes.
It'd be great for the taxpayer, but when you lower that and our budgets come out about the same.
Yeah, no,
We haven't increased anything.
It's
We
flat.
can't, we've got to borrow money to upgrade the equipment or try to improve the roads and.
And then in year 4, 5, then we're gonna come back and start to incrementally increase taxes just to cover the influx and the increase in services, road construction, etc. So the one thing that the state did by putting this 3.5% cap on the counties is they put themselves in a position where they can state, we didn't raise your taxes, we lowered your taxes. Those guys did it.
Yeah.
They're putting it on us at the same time that they're taking away the power from the local government to administer everything in the county. And I think that's part of the overall plan.
Well, and the governor's not charging them sales tax, which in this biennium is $3.2 billion because those
Yeah.
people don't pay sales tax.
Yeah.
And what's the killer? The inflation is running more than 3.5%. And as more people come here, you're gonna have more people that need, so you're gonna have more people probably in the courthouse. You're gonna have more people doing license plates. You're gonna have all this stuff. And so where can
And
you
no way to
cut?
fund it.
You can cut the county precincts. So what's gonna happen is this moves forward, the precincts are gonna have less and less money. And with the value of the dollar going down, they're not gonna be able to maintain what they're, because Scotty already said, they're tearing his road up over there because we didn't do any kind of agreement with them that they had to maintain the road. That is a public road, they are the public, and there's not a thing we can do about that.
And that's one of the reasons to do. It's really the only thing that we have is an abatement or some kind of agreement to force a road use agreement, road maintenance, road construction, call it whatever you want to. I think we could put some teeth in this to like you said, give them a baseline that they're gonna have to adhere to if they even wanna come in.
Well, and what I've seen, because as you go across the straight state to different counties and you're listening to other county judges that are dealing with this, and granted, I've been here a year. So I'll sit down with a bunch of county judges that have 10 or 15 years on me, but we're all level at the table because nobody's dealt with this. So I'm trying to ask them what to do, and everybody says abate. Well, from looking at our past history and other past histories, the abatements didn't seem super effective to protect the county. To me, the only reason we should enter into an abatement is if the taxpayer wins. Otherwise, why would we give them? They're coming in. We're not trying to attract business. I'm not in business attracting business. Your business needs to make it on its own. That's city stuff, that kind of stuff. I'd rather fund 4-H programs and hatchlings in the classroom.
Well, it's a rough position to be in because you're almost, our hands are tied behind the back.
Well, and Miss Susan, just another thought, y'all have to keep up with my ADD brain. If I understand this correctly, a big project comes in, it lowers our tax rate forcibly. Then, let's say project goes bankrupt and they leave. For us to adopt the no new revenue rate, that would drastically raise taxes, correct?
You gotta,
After the taxpayers got a big relief,
It would
then
get
if
them right
it
back.
goes to us, it's gonna go back to us.
That's the way,
you're gonna be forced into that,
yeah, you wouldn't have a choice,
And-
because you couldn't offer.
depending on this next legislative session, you may be forced into it anyway.
That's true.
Um,
So if a bunch of people, if a bunch of people went to Austin and voiced their opinions, that would be wonderful.
But they're gonna eliminate property taxes, you already heard that.
yeah,
And so you keep eliminating property taxes, and what do you have? 2 or 3 people down the road, this governor or whatever, are gonna be looking at state income tax. But you gotta raise the money somewhere, so if they're running that to get.
they want
elected,
us on our knees in Austin,
Yeah.
begging for money.
And they'll give you whatever they want to.
While sitting on a $37 billion.
We'll have wagon roads, yeah.
That's right.
So
Well, so-
as we chase rabbits and solve all the world's problems, our 7th amendment. Is in, I guess we can say it's in the draft phase at this point. I would like the court to, I don't hate the idea of doing, particularly for. The adoption of this, doing an evening commissioners court meeting for full participation for the public. I'm not saying maybe every time, but when we have something as big as this that affects most people, I think that would be wise.
So I've been through.
Maybe just make it the one item, so, we're not there all day, but
Right.
just.
I've been through this and have some thoughts. I did read Linda's petition and tried to incorporate some of that. I've done some additional research and have received some additional research that I was not privy to relative to our situation. And there's some things that we do need to consider relative to the federal, the U.S. Department of Defense, 1260H list, which is the foreign ownership, manufactured parts. Texas has updated its cybersecurity prohibition list to include all of the CCP related companies that are doing this intentionally to infiltrate our country, steal our data. It sounds like conspiracy, but it's not. I mean, that's what's happening right now. We need to add some provisions for national fire protection standards.
Hold on, let me take some notes. That way, because.
We can reduce these to a draft and send them to you.
Okay,
however you want to do it.
okay, that'd be good.
If you
Go
want
ahead.
to do
Yeah,
that, I'll just,
that'd be easy.
I
'Cause
can do that.
I'll
Maybe
miss it.
everybody that's got thoughts on it, just jot those down and shoot them to you. And then
I'll try
our
to-
next session, we can come in and just go down the list and talk about them and see what fits, what doesn't fit.
Okay,
Um, one of the other issues that's big for me, that's always been big for me is deconstruction, decommissioning of solar farms, wind farms. These data centers are gonna reach market saturation at some point where there's only so many Googles, so many Chat GTPs, and this is a land rush. And Hill County is ground zero. I mean, I don't know what
Well,
you're
they-
getting,
they-
we get 2 calls a week.
yeah, and they know that the legislature is gonna address this in 2 years, or a year and whatever.
Beat the clock.
And they're trying to beat the clock because they want to be grandfathered. Which is part of my reason for rescinding the Sixth Amendment. So we can slow down. the clock.
Yeah, I think we gotta figure out a way to tap the brakes. Pre-construction road surveys, a must.
As you were talking about the Chinese parts and stuff, um. In one of my drafts, maybe I made it in there or not, I wanted to be able to go on site and inspect these facilities whenever we wanted to. The problem is. I'm no expert on Chinese parts. And I don't think we employ anybody that knows that. So. I don't know how we can. We would have to do some research on figuring out how. And then, like if Hubbard came out with who their client is Google and Anthropic. Which Anthropic was named by the
They're
president.
on the list.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I don't know how you enforce that, but if it's in writing and they see it and
Well,
they go, maybe,
So
maybe it's at least a deterrent.
that's the deal. The only thing the abatement does is if they agree to it, we can hold them to it. If they don't agree. We're still hands tied.
Well, the state of Texas has got to get in this game and, you're talking about billionaires sitting down with politicians. Lobbyists have already bought every politician they need. It's an uphill fight. But if we all band together and we show up on the courthouse steps in Austin, as a state, which seems to be kind of a groundswell, we might at least get their attention. Well, what's your thoughts on it? It's.
So. So I guess what I guess what the proposal is, there shouldn't be any action, but if you gentlemen will individually email me. Actually, email Mr. Holmes, yeah, email Mr. Holmes, I guess, your revisions. I'll try to compile them into one working document, we'll come back, meet on that document again. See if we can. Put that together, and then if we finally agree on a final draft, then we'll post and hold a public meeting and adopt a second. Not on the super big room.
Could I add one item of commentary?
Yes, sir.
Please.
I just hope that it's obvious to the citizens who are attending this morning's Commissioners Court meeting that you gentlemen have been openly listening to their concerns when they've come and voiced their concerns in open forum. And you're responsive to those. And I applaud you, all 5 of you, for listening and actually taking some action.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, so. Let me get back to my phone again. Oh, geez. There'll be no action on number 22. Number 23, discuss under action regarding the sales of fireworks for Memorial Day. I have been reached out to by a fireworks company that's requesting that they be allowed to sell fireworks on the memorial. If there's a burn ban or whatever in place, they still can't sell them. All they're doing is they're asking to add an additional fireworks sale day to their already allowed sale dates.
And we have the authority.
We have the
County
authority,
has the authority. to
we
do
have
that.
the authority to do so.
Make a motion to approve.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Discuss interaction regarding pest control for multiple county buildings. Mr. Carlson. Oh, I'm sorry. Number 24. I can't come this. Discuss interaction on instrument software for grant funding. Oh, that's why we're tabling that. Miss April Cook from Indigent Health is also tasked with locating grant opportunities for the county. And she's looking at a software she'd like to talk to us about. But I asked her some more details and she wants to do some more research into that instrument software. So we're gonna table that. She'll probably bring it back. Now, discuss interaction regarding pest control for multiple county buildings.
Okay, this one's pretty simple, we. In a little bit of research that I did, we used to use a pest control company out of Cleveland area, that's. Not been used for over a year now. I reached back out to them, they were a little high on their prices. I reached out to a local company that I like. I like the interaction with them, I like how prompt they were to answer me. As you know, there's 7 buildings under my purview, this being one of them, and this one absolutely needs protection from pests, termites, rodents, anything like that. I just have a proposal here from them, if you guys want to consider it. It's not asking for additional money, this money is already in the budget, I would like to enter into a contract with them. So we can get a little proactive instead of reactive on getting some of these buildings. We have had a little issue with rodents in a couple of buildings. But we just want to get on top of that.
So we've not had pest control for. Over a year. This is one of those things I didn't, when I came into office, I was not aware of and didn't, I just kind of assumed that we had pest control. And then I had some people complain, and I was like, well, did they not come and spray? And they're like, who's they? Like, yeah, that's a problem.
It ends up, there's a little upfront cost between $2,000 and $3,000 for initial equipment, boxes and termite stations. And then after that, it's a little over $1,000 a month for the 6 buildings combined, or 7 buildings combined.
That would be the county courthouse, Covington Street Annex, fairgrounds, and exhibits building, where we have animals, like livestock animals. Tiger Life Building, Huron Annex, main office, that's sports services,
That is for sure.
and then the supply building, 5 and 5.
There used to be somebody, I don't know why it was so divided, but somebody would come in and do some kind of termite things around the courthouse. It was like a different company.
That was the company out of Cleveland, and they have not been active with the county in over a year, so. I've spoken with Lou about it, and he suggested that we get somebody else.
What about the JP3? She has issues over there.
I can reach out to her and add that to this. I'll absolutely reach out to her.
I mean, we bring that, but I know she's had issues, I don't know.
Okay.
Is that in?
The landlord addresses that or-
Say, It does not, but if you would like me to reach out to them and include more buildings,
They're gonna be there.
yeah, right.
It was also, it says it excludes wood destroying insects, such as termites, carp bearings. So,
That is unless specifically noted, which the courthouse is the one that we really need the termite control on.
mhm.
The other buildings, I can get a price on that. If
I
you
would
would
think
like,
we needed on the other ones, I just wanna make sure it was included for this.
it is.
Yeah, aren't most of the other ones metal?
Metal,
Yeah. Yeah, we wanted.
Yes.
Sure.
Cinder block and metal
Yeah.
mostly. This building does have inclusion of the termite.
I'll make you to approve.
If you'd had road and bridge building, get a
Okay,
bid for that, please.
I will absolutely do.
So I have a motion, a second, but commissioners asked me if we could add one.
Out of his budget. I'll pay for mine out of my budget.
Oh, you already have your spray? Or you spray? Guys. Which we, originally that, what we tried to do with, Lou spraying,
Yeah,
he doesn't have access to all the things that a professional,
Oh, that's-
you know, cause I was like, we can go to Tractor Supply, we'll buy Wisdom TC and we can, that doesn't work.
We need to include rattlesnakes in mine.
That's a 12 gauge, right?
Pretty much.
So, how would you like to do that?
Yeah, I'll take care of
Come
it.
back later, okay.
Yeah, I'll take care of it.
So I have a motion and a second on the current proposal that's in your hands for the 7 buildings. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carried. All right, discuss interaction on final plat for Hill Prairie Estates Phase 1. This is. In the kind of 1325-ish area. Well, that's your precinct. Third.
I thought that they changed the name of this.
Oh, wait. Only you can do that.
There was one called the Mate Spring that was right here.
What's that? It's different.
Huh?
Different.
It ties into what county road?
It ties into 13, 25.
Okay.
1321 rather.
Towards the
This
creek.
is right, you get down here and this is where the chip seal was.
Yeah.
was put. And then this road, this turns into 1313 right up into.
Yeah.
And Jesse's signed off on that.
Yes.
Signed off on,
Yes, sir.
make a motion to accept.
I have a motion to accept the final plat for Hill Prairie Estates Phase 1.
System.
Have a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Plat.
Number 27, discuss and or action on preliminary plat for Owl Estates Phase 1. Well, they got that. So 1429 and 171. I'm sorry, 1439 and 171. That's mine. I'll recommend approval.
second.
Recommend approval and a second, motion and a second. Does that sound?
That's what I'm looking at. Oh, is it just a preliminary?
Yes. Oh, okay. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, motion carries. Discuss interaction on preliminary plat for Petty Ranch Addition. Gonna be. Off FM 933 and 1304.
That's that new one that, Karen had told me about. There's no,
No county road
no
involved.
county roads involved, so. It's just the preliminary.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So we built a private road in,
Sir,
building private road in.
they should mention something about maybe a private road. And supposedly had worked it out with, Olson Water. And, nothing involved with the county one.
Interesting. Wonder how they're getting there. Helicopter?
Well, it's 933 and 1304. They're both
Probably
FM.
done that.
Yeah, both FMs.
They're coming off on the market.
Make a motion.
Have a motion?
Second.
In a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried. Discuss interaction on minor plat for Johnson Central subdivision. One. About that. There's a minor plat. On 4105 and 171. Motion, against the motion for approval.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
On the financing for the precinct two. Where we were discussing that, we were thinking they would be ready to deliver that. Probably the financing contract can't be. I'm not sure when they'll close that, but. It will need to temporarily allow a transfer from general fund. Until the financing proceeds come in for his, the reclaimer for the asphalt reclaimer.
Well, they didn't give it to you without paying for it? Give it a zipper bit.
I can see the business. That's
Uh,
500,000.
Yeah, it's halfway above.
final motion.
You ready? Make a motion, adjourned.
Second.
We are done.
Judge Russell, is, David Holmes still on the line?